we have a wonderful piece in Andrew Sprung. Is that how you pronounce it, Andrew?
Yep.
Very good. Tell us a little about yourself.
I'm a first semester master's student at Bowling Green.
Very
State
good.
University.
Okay.
I did my undergrad at Iowa State, and I'm doing the WC Rhapsody for our concerto competition coming up, and for that we have to have it memorized.
All right, good. We just had some of that here too. Many students back there saying yes. We just did Mozart concerto. We had a studio-wide competition, and so they were supposed to have it memorized. Most of them did, but for our upcoming concertos, they'll have to have it memorized too. So, okay, very good. And we have an alumnus of Bowling Green, Emily. Do you know Emily?
I met her earlier. Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Well, excellent, Andrew. All right. So let's start with some of the WC. Okay. Just take this. Now, this piece requires the entire stage. Now this is a piece. This is a piece, and it's a very good, it's a wonderful piece for you to be playing in your development now as a master's student. Excellent. on time.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, I want to tell him, Andrew, excellent playing, okay? And I must say, this is one of the hardest pieces to just out of the gate to start, you know. That's why Debussy also wrote the petite piece that oftentimes I'll tell my students, okay, if you're going to start with this, let's start with the petite piece, which starts on a G sharp, and also in the throat tones, but it gives you just a little chance to play out. And so this is a piece, it is not for, you know, you want to make sure you have a very solid reed, because it has to do everything. It has to make excellent attacks, so your tip can't be too heavy, and it has to make these lovely pianissimos, but at the same time, it has to be able to execute all the high stuff and the articulation. So it's got to be very clean, and you know, so the French say, if you're going to play Debussy, take a lighter reed, and the Germans say, take a heavier reed. So I say split the difference, but you don't certainly want something that's too heavy. Yet again, if it's too light, this high stuff sounds very thin and strident, okay? So I thought you did a really nice job. Now, from the beginning, though, you need to get this audience involved, right? Because this is a hard one for a concerto competition to win, because you're, think about it, and that doesn't mean you're not going to, but these are, that doesn't mean you're not going to win, but these are things you want to consider. I wanted to let him play on because now he's going to have confidence and know that you have it memorized, right? And remember, a little bobble here or there does not destroy the performance. Okay? What can destroy it is when you start focusing on that little mistake you just made. So what you're thinking is you need to really just keep singing the music and making more dynamic contrast, because it really requires that. So for instance, from the beginning, let's take your first do, do, the three hardest notes on the clarinet, G, B flat, C, because he's going from the first partial to the third partial and having to really clean and make it sound smooth. It's like if we do that on the piano, it's very easy, right? On the clarinet, it's an acoustical problem. Of course, they don't really care about that. They just want to hear lovely sound, and they want it to be in tune, they want it to be beautiful, and you want to sing. So play right up there, and we're going to get, oh, yeah, see, already you're more at ease, right? Remember, when you're in a situation like this, the folks who can really ground themselves with the nerves. And we all have them. And I would say, you know what, if somebody's not nervous, I'd be a little worried, because you should. If you're nervous, that just means you want to use your energy, you have a lot of energy, and you really care about what you're going to do, right? And that's great, because anybody who says, you know, if I hear a student, they say, I get a concert tonight, I really don't, it'll be fine, I don't care. I start to think, what's really going on there? Are they being honest? So use that and say it. Hey, I'm a little nervous, you know? And use it, because that just means you care about what you're doing. So use that good energy. It's like when your mind is really keen, okay? Now I want you to make a difference between do, do, do. So the first one can be a little distant. The second one can be a little more. So this is our statement. Okay? See what you can do with that. Good. I love the first three notes. They were very nice. And remember, it's hard now because you're alone without piano. But the rhythm's not quite right.
Okay.
I would use this finger. That's kind of fuzzy. You want to be really clean. Yeah. Do the second entrance. I know, it sounds a little like, you know what I do sometimes if I wanted to really, I just push in a little here. Make a clean sound. That's better. Okay, but you know what, Andrew? You know what the problem is? Your quarter pulse is not steady. Right? So really don't rush through that. Very seamless sound. That's right. That's excellent. And remember, the other problem he's encountering is when he plays the open G, suddenly you don't have anything to hold on to. That's why you got to use your embouchure. See, because if you're not using enough upper lip and strengthen your embouchure. What? See, I had the same problem too. Let your horn be very stable, like a nice piano keyboard. Now bring your horn out just a little bit. Well, not that much. Not that much, but just a little. See, now that's good, and they're blowing better too. See, just like this. Oh, but trust yourself. That's it. Blow through the G. Da, da. Just play da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. That's better. Dee, da, dee, da, da. That's good. Hold the horn. Bring your shoulders down. Are you really blowing through the G? That's it. Dee, da, 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 dee. Let's do it really half speed. So da, da, dee, da, 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 dee. That's it. That's much better. Now let's try the second entrance. Dee, da, dee, da, dee, da, 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 dee, da, 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 dee. The trick is he has to play all that in one bar, but if he, in one pulse, but if you really subdivide, this is going to be okay. There we go. Okay, there. Now, was that cleaner out there? It was very rhythmic and a lovely sound, right? And so the other danger on this piece, especially if you're coming in to play it for an audition, number one, the reed, and then the pitch is an issue too. Because always on those throat tones, we tend to be sharp. So you're using a good cover fingering, okay? But I think, when is your contest?
Let's see, it's the first weekend of December.
Oh, that's when we have ours too here. So you still have a couple weeks, but you're gonna play it really beautifully. Have you ever played it with piano?
Yes.
Okay, good. So that would have been nice if we, actually I have a student working on it right now. We could have maybe had the piano, but it's just, it's a lot of logistics to handle. But the other thing is, what I really like that Andrew did, he understands the rhythm of the triplets. Dee, dee, da, dee. That's the other thing we're always listening for. I remember sitting on auditions with Elsa, and somebody comes in and we say, oh, they understand the triplets. Because a lot of times people make it dee da dee da, but dee da dee da. So you really, that's the other thing that we're really listening for in that piece. Okay?
Cool.
All right. Thanks so much for playing. Oh, pleasure. Yeah. I said we should give a shout out to his teacher, Dr. Kevin Schempf at Bowling Green State University, right? Because he's doing a great job with you.
Yes,
and did a great job with
absolutely.
Emily too. Yeah. Okay. Good.